him his modern hits every day, but you never heard him in a polka until he did. I love it. What I really love about the show tonight, obviously, Rick and I are getting the chance to talk about whatever we want. It's not anything tied to a theme. Like we usually tie everything we do to kind of like a theme or like a point we're trying to make. This is just us talking about whatever we want to talk about. There's a lot of little things we would never usually get to talk about that we can talk about. So let me talk about one of my favorite musical discoveries of the past couple of weeks. Not long ago, me and my friend Steve, the same Steve who's going to be in the show later, we were looking around on Spotify for songs about the University of Connecticut, which is where we both went to college, just for funsies. And we found a song called Mansfield Has Yukon People. And Mansfield is the name of the city that Yukon is in. It's by a mysterious man named the guy who writes songs about cities and towns. Let's play a little bit of the song. I just want to... Mansfield, Connecticut. Mansfield, Connecticut. Alright. Nope. Did we lose it? No. Was it still going? Oh, it's okay, we heard a little bit of it. Nope, we almost had it. So that was a little bit of that song. So we were pretty fascinated because it was basically just him just singing about Mansfield, Connecticut, and then at some point he lists like what the square footage just the area of Mansfield has, and says that Yukon's there over and over and over, and that's basically the whole song. And it's about a minute and a half long. We were really fascinated by this guy because it was like, who is this man? So we checked to see what album it was on. It was on an album where he sings a song about every town and city in Connecticut, and it's about 90 tracks long. And it wasn't just Connecticut. We checked his artist page. He had albums for Illinois, Virginia, New York, California, New Jersey, Texas, along with the entirety of Canada, the UK, and Australia. So you know all that. Each have like 90 songs per album. So there's like thousands of songs in this one artist page. All of the songs sound pretty much like the one you just heard, where he just sings the name. He's just reading a Wikipedia entry while he's writing these songs. He's clearly writing them while he's singing them. And he has kind of a goofy voice. He talks about what kind of town government they have a few times. Sometimes he just reads what their area code is. And he mentions over and over that they have good people there. He's very positive in these songs. He always says like, oh, good people, they have a good government and they're good. Which might not be true all the time, but it's very hard. So we needed to know who this guy was. We couldn't believe he was like a real person, but we didn't know he didn't have his name on there. There was no name on the artist page. It was just some guy. But we did a little bit of Google searching. We eventually found out, the more we found out about him, the more we really grew to love him. His name is Matt Farley. This is him in his studio. He deserves applause. He is a married man with a newborn son. He currently lives in Danvers, Massachusetts. 3 days out of his week, he works an overnight shift in a nursing home. And for the remaining 4 days, he sits in his basement/studio and just writes songs. Constantly writes songs. So many songs. It turns out that Steve and I had only reached the tip of the iceberg. And how many songs this guy writes? This is what Matt's website describes it as. This sums it up better than I could. So he says, in 2008, Farley decided to write a song about every topic imaginable. If someone might search for it, Farley will have a song about it. As of 2014, he has released more than 15,000 songs. He changes his name to correspond with the theme of the album. So, the Hungry Food Band does songs about food. Paparazzi and the Photogs sing about celebrities. The Singing Animal Lover sings about animals. The guy who sings your name over and over. He does his name. Over and over. And so on. I want to call attention, there's a couple of other artist pages because there's so many of them. One of the other ones that he has, and a couple of my favorites, he has the Passionate and Objective Joker Fan. He writes songs about musicians and music critics, and he responds to reviews and talks about how he loves them and how he doesn't like them. The strange man who sings about dead animals. Speaks for itself. And then this is far and away my favorite. This is no joke my favorite. And honestly, the best songs that this man has ever written are in his project called The Toilet Bowl Singer. Matt, he sings about poop, farts, pee, snot, and other things that just come out of the human body. Here is my favorite song, maybe my favorite song he's ever written. It's called The Poop 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 Song. They don't look tasty to me, but flies say yum yum yum. Here's the chorus. This is the chorus. Ben knows it. Oh, this part right here. This is what you have to understand. The catchiest and funniest melodies he's ever written are songs about poop. Poop songs. And that's what you need to understand about Matt Farley, the man who owns this toilet. What's really incredible about Matt Farley actually he makes an income from his music. He makes money because he writes so many of them and he puts them all on iTunes and all on Spotify. So he makes what almost amounts to a living wage off of just clicks and iTunes buys. Last year he made $23,000 from his music, which is incredible. How many musicians make any money? $23,000. It's all from just bored people on Spotify, just searching around and clicking on and listening to songs like this one. This is a song called Never Assume That Cats Are Girls and Dogs Are Boys.
You look at a cat and you say, look at her. You look at a dog and you say, look at him. Why do you do that? You are wrong to assume that cats are girls.
Here's the thing about Matt Farley. I'm so happy. This is the best one of my life. As loosey-goosey as these songs kind of are a little bit, I really do think he's got a real good knack for melody, and his lyrics are pretty funny. If you were to say not write thousands of songs per year and just focus and make one really well-produced album, in 1 year, I think it would be great. But that would totally go against everything that he stands for. This is a man who must post every dumb little song he's ever written on the internet. It's beautiful, and I respect him for it. I love this guy so much. I just love him. He really makes an effort to connect with his fans. He sings his phone number in songs. He sings it. And I'm gonna post it up right here for you. This is Matt Farley's phone number. He sings it in songs because he wants you to call him and text him and tell him how great he is. Please get this number down. He deserves it. He wants you to do it. He's great. A few days ago, I shot him a text letting him know I was doing a piece about it. He replied to me within seconds. There it is. Did anyone else need the phone number to go back up? Does anyone? Grayson still needs it. Can you go back a slide? That's he said it. He replied to me. And I asked him what his favorite album that he had ever worked on was. Well, I asked him if he could write about one subject for the rest of his life, what it would be. And he said the song's about cities and towns because he'd never run out of material, is what he said. Great. If anyone needs the number, I'll give it to you after the show. I've got it. I asked him what his favorite album that he had ever done was, and he said it was my favorite as well. It was You Thought We Ran Out of Poop Song Ideas, but You Were Wrong by the Toilet Bowl Cleaner. This made me so happy. So please, get on Spotify, listen to the man's songs, buy his albums. He has a handwritten newsletter that he puts out every month about going on long walks. Subscribe to it because it's just so charming. Support this man's new family. He's a beautiful soul. That's all I have to say about Matt Farley. Thank you.